Hello, OPG team. This is Andrea Ishworth, and I'm so excited to be with you again today. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you phases 2 and 3 of the OPG organizational transformation that we're going through. Enjoy. In the video that I shared previously announcing phase 1 transitions, all of the changes are highlighted in purple on the screen. There is, however, one additional change that I'm ready to share. The Behavior Supports Department has created 7 team lead positions. These team lead roles are peer support roles, not supervisors. They each have assigned teams within the organization of the behavior support specialists. They are facilitating groups to allow and enable for sharing and learning, and maybe even seeing through a different lens, thinking about challenges they're facing differently. They will be strategizing for solutions to problems and offering new approaches for people to use. Fundamentally, this role supports our strategies of clinical advancement and quality. It also helps our employees strengthen their peer-to-peer connections. The 7 team leads identified in the Behavior Supports Department are Melissa Anderson, Bree Heron, Amy Harrell, Kathy Lawrence, Tandy Moffett, Leslie Newland, and Cindy Pardue. Congratulations, everyone. Also recently in the Behavior Supports Department, there's been a slight change in the composition of the teams between Raina's team and Linda's team. As you can see what I've shared with you so far, Raina's team has 20 behavior specialists and Linda's has 17. Dan Brumfield has recently been transitioned from Raina's team over to Linda's team, so now Raina has 19 and Linda has 18. All right, now let's go ahead and move on to phase 2 and phase 3 of our transition. Now you'll see on the screen that all of the boxes that were purple are now dark blue. The dark blue indicates all of the changes that have already been announced through phase 1. We're again going to use purple to indicate the changes that are coming in phase 2 and phase 3. So let's get going. The first change we'll talk about in phase 2 is regarding the Employment Services team. Look over on the right-hand side of your screen. They will now report to Lindsay Wright, the Executive Director of Therapies and Advancement. This accomplishes 2 things. Number 1, we're freeing up some time for Rebecca Casey as our Director of Quality and Policy Management to focus on accreditation and state recertification coming in 2019. I want to say a sincere thank you to Rebecca. Now we're taking this strong, steady department in Employment Services and moving it over to Lindsay Wright for her leadership. We are looking forward to her helping the Employment Services Department take off and build an even stronger future. The next change we'll talk about is Lindsay's reporting structure. She will begin reporting to me with phase 2. In addition, Dr. Lucy Lund will change from reporting directly to Gail to reporting to me. Dr. Lucy and I have built an incredibly strong partnership. I am very much looking forward to continue to strengthen that relationship. Next, I'm going to draw your attention over to the Self-Directed Services Department in the middle of the screen. I've been displaying the organization a little more simplified just to have the slide a little cleaner for you to view. But now we're going to dig into more of the details. Now you see on your screen the full detail of the previous structure of the SDS department. The first detail is when I listed that there were 2 directors, we really had one in the north, Lindsay Miller, and we had an open position in the Indianapolis-Hamilton County area. And previously we had 7 QESs, and now we have 9. We filled the open positions and are thrilled to have those QESs join the team. And we had Michelle's vacated position of Director of Quality Assurance, as well as Sierra Holmes reporting to the Executive Director. As Michelle took over the leadership role of the SDS department, she wanted to take a moment to make sure that we had the structure correct, we had the right positions, and then we found the right people for each of those positions. In addition, we received feedback from QESs and DSPs for some additional training support that is needed within the department. So I'm pleased to announce the following changes. You will see that Lindsay Miller is now the director of SDS. We have created a QES team lead position. I want to congratulate Danielle Michelson, who has been a rock star in that department, on taking that role. Danielle will be the team lead, serving primarily for the Indianapolis and Hamilton County area QESs as their supervisor. She will also have a small caseload and a team of DSPs associated with that caseload to continue to supervise. Danielle will take on new tasks. She will assist with training, continuing education. She will also be helping set best practices for communication with individualized support teams, guardians, people supported, and community partners. We have reintroduced a quality assurance role. This role for SDS will now be a quality assurance specialist. This will be equivalent to the quality assurance specialist that Anna holds in the behavior supports department. We're very excited about these changes and looking forward to making sure that everybody in the department has an opportunity to be wildly successful. Next, I'm going to draw your attention back over to Lindsay Wright in the Department of Therapies and Advancement. I'm excited to announce that we are creating a quality assurance specialist in support of the Department of Therapies and Advancement. Both this QAS position and the QAS position in the Self-Directed Services Department are open positions that will be available to apply for beginning next week, the first week of October. And finally, I'm so excited to share that we will be promoting Michelle Stelz from the Director of Business Operation to the Executive Director of Finance and Operations. With this promotion, Michelle will participate in and be a part of the executive team that meets every 2 weeks. The change of the title and definition of the department to include the word finance is specifically important. As you may recall, when we made the announcements in April of Dan and Gail's retirement, we shared at that time that the COO position, the Chief Operating Officer position that Dan now holds, will not be refilled. Those financial responsibilities and oversight will transition to myself and to Michelle. This new title reflects that expansion of her role and brings her into the room so that we can collaborate most effectively for the organization. So these are the changes. This is phase 2. This is all effective on October 1st. But before you go, I have one more change I want to share, and that's really phase 3. This will be effective on January 1st, 2019. On January 1st, 2019, Gina Schenk, the Executive Director of Behavior Supports, will transition to report to me. Okay, team, that's everything. That's the entire transition in a nutshell. Please let myself or anyone on the leadership team know if you have any questions. We'll be happy to answer those. I'm sure some of you have some questions about how this might affect you or the people that you support. Just know that at the end of the day, we're going to continue on the positive path that Dan and Gail have laid out for us, and the heart will be at the center of everything that we do. Take care.